hope everybody is doing well. This is Rick in SunSDR, and we're going to do a quick walkthrough of how to use the web browser to monitor your Expert Electronics SunSDR radio. Now this is going to be for version V3. Currently V3.13 is the release that's out on the public site. So let's head over to their website first here and show you where a few things are that you'll need to get. Once you get to the website, eesdr.com, you're going to click the software tab at the top, go to Expert SDR 3. If you don't already have the current V3 build, you can always find that here. Again, we're still in the alpha stages. The latest release is the 08/07/2022. And excuse me, I woke up with a sore, raspy throat, so hopefully that's not going to be too bad here. Again, if you don't already have the V3 build, the latest V3 build, you can grab that from this section of the site. Down below that, you'll see the server software, or starter. This is the application that you're going to need that hopefully at some point will actually be part of the radio chooser / starter panel. At least I'm hoping that's the game plan here, so you don't have to run this application separately or start it separately like you currently do. So you'll want to grab that and download it, and you'll also need the setup manual here. I would recommend downloading this and saving it. It has some links in it, and you may need to reference some things in there as well at some point. The ERS, the Expert Remote System software, will be used for not only the web browser client, which we're going to go over now, which will give you the ability to do monitoring. It won't allow you to do transmit, but it will allow you to monitor your radio, which is nice. It also, ERS is also used for the ability to install the application on another device remotely, and you'll be able to use transmit and receive as long as you have the ERS Expert Remote Systems software, the server actually piece running. So let's go to the manual, and here you'll find all the information that you need. First thing you'll need to do in either case, whether you want to use the transmit ERS or just receive, regardless of which one of those you're going to do, you're going to need to create yourself a profile, and there's a link in here to do that. You can go to the page to register, and once you do that, you're going to get a confirmation email. You want to click on that to make sure that it's confirmed, and then going forward from there, you can use the https://cloud.eesdr.com : and then the port number 5450 from a web browser to monitor your radio. There's a file you'll need to edit in the ERS configuration. It's the JSON. It's a JSON file in there. I'm not going to open mine up because it will show you the password information that I use for my particular registration, but the config JSON file is inside of this, and I'll just show you the location. Well, you can save this starter application and then create a shortcut to it. You can save it on your C drive or your desktop, whatever you want to do. I saved mine on a C drive, but you can edit this config.json file with Notepad in Windows or any text editor in the Linux or the Mac version of the application as well. And in there you'll find there's two lines you'll need to edit. One is the email, which is the email address that you used when you set up your registration. And two, they call it secret, aka a password that you used in registration as well. Those will go between quotation marks, and there's a comma at the end of the one on the email address. Leave the comma there. Don't delete the comma. Okay? Just put your information between the quotes, save the file, create a shortcut if you want to, or whatever you want to do. The shortcut you'll use is the starter.exe. I created one, put it on my desktop, which is what we're going to do here in just a second. First thing you're going to want to do, obviously make sure your radio is powered on. You're going to launch the V3 client itself, the Radio Chooser starter application. And once this starts, because we're just going to use a web browser, you can minimize this. If you're going to use, which I'll go over in another video, but if you were going to use the remote client to do transmit, you would do the login here, and you'll see that radio. Well, here, I'll just show you. So start the starter application, which again, hopefully will be part of this Radio Chooser panel here in the near future. If everything goes well and your credentials are verified and you've got the right information in that config.json file, you should see connect successful. Do not close this. This has to be running while you're doing anything with remote. You can minimize it, which I'm going to do. Don't close it though, just minimize it, okay? If I was going to do the transmit, which I'm going to do in another video, you would just do your login from here then. If you log in successfully, you should see the successfully authorized, and then you should see another version of your radio or radios, hence the name Radio Chooser panel, okay? Anything that's connected for web access, you would have a little cloud arrow or a little cloud icon underneath of it, okay? And again, you can choose, if you're going to use Vulkan, DirectX 11 or 12, and OpenGL for Windows. You'll get choices in Linux, and obviously you get choices in the Mac version as well. So whichever GUI interface, application interface that you want to have running, you can choose that from the little arrow click here, okay? Either locally or remotely. All right. I'm going to log out here. I am going to leave this running. I'm just going to minimize it. It will always sit in the taskbar. If you do show hidden icons, you'll find it's running down here, okay? The only way to close that panel is you can right click and do quit, and it'll actually shut it down. Or you can do an end task and shut it down from there as well, okay? If I just click the arrow there again, it's going to be running in the background, which we want it to. And this is why it runs in the background. At least I have a feeling this is why it runs in the background, is because at some point, like I said, I think that starter application is actually going to be part of that whole Radio Chooser launcher application piece. Okay. So we've got that running in the background. We've got the starter application running as well. And now, if we open up a web browser, I've got one bookmarked here, and you go to, let me log out here, okay. You go to https://cloud.eesdr.com, again, the port number is 5450. put that into a web browser, you should get this page that comes up. And at this point, you can log in using the credentials, again, that you set up for your remote access. And hopefully I'll type the password in here correctly, because I'm not going to hit the little show password icon, okay? If you can't remember your password or you haven't registered yet, you can do the registration here. You can also do the forgot password, and you'll get the email confirmation to reset your excuse me, apologize for that. Get the password or the email to reset your password, okay? Hopefully I've done this correctly, and if I hit log in, yes, I have. You'll get the hello message here. And in a few seconds, it'll go through and look for the devices that you have set up for remote access. Here it shows my 2DX, and I should be able to hit connect at this point. And again, it'll wait for a couple seconds. And at this point, I should be able to hit go. And hopefully, I have audio set up here as well. Yeah, okay. We're monitoring our radio via the web client. So you can do this, from your cell phone, from anything that's got access to the internet and a browser. I'm using the Edge browser built into Windows for this, but I know it'll work in Chrome. I think there may be some issues with Firefox. I'm not 100% on that. I think the web page will come up, but I don't think you get a display of the radio, and I don't think the audio works correctly with that. And I think that's a Firefox thing. It may be something in Firefox that just needs to be tweaked or allowed in order for that to happen. On the Mac side of things, currently this is what I know. And I got this confirmation again earlier this morning from one of the users on the All Things Electronics Facebook forum, who was trying to use it on an iPad and then again on a Mac desktop. Okay, the application will work if you're using. Let me back up. iPad currently doesn't work for some reason, regardless of what browser you're using. The desktop version will work if you use Chrome. Safari apparently is not working. I don't have anything Mac here that I can verify that with, but a good source from there is telling me that it's not working. So if you're using Mac and you can't get it to work in Safari, I would suggest you go to the GitHub page and do a search for that iPad or Safari or Mac browser, and you should find it. I don't remember what the actual GitHub number was, the tracking number, but you should find it. Make a report in there, okay? The more reports they have, the more details they have, hopefully the quicker they can get that resolved. All right, enough of that. You got your volume control, which I'm going to turn down here a little bit. You've got your RF, which is actually your RF gain, which I'm also going to slide down here so we don't have to listen to all that stuff in the background. And then you've got your band buttons. Okay? Your mode buttons. Your bandwidth buttons. And you can manually adjust this as well, and whatever you drag this with, left click, hold down, and you can drag this open and closed. You'll see that changes the bandwidth up here as well, okay? Your steps, your sample rate, your attenuator, your antenna choices. This shows 4. The lucky guys with the MB1s, you do have 4 HF outputs, so you can select which antenna you want to use. Those of us with the 2DX, we have the 2, so HF1, HF2. And we also have the choice of the ADC as well. Okay. Expert Electronics, we also have 2 meters. The Pro, the 2DX. I even believe that the QRP rig had 2 meter capability in it. Don't hold me to that 100%. I can't remember off the top of my head. But I know the MB1, the 2DX, and I believe the Pro do. So, again, the MB1, you have 2 VHF antenna ports. Those of us with the 2DX and the Pro, we have 1, so we would have to use VHF 1 here. You have your noise blanker function on and off, your automatic notch filter on and off, and if you're going to use VHF, you have the LNA option to turn on the low noise amplifier. Also, for FM mode, you have your squelch ability. So turn on squelch, and then you can adjust the slider here. Okay. Your bar graph meter for your received signal, showing it in dBm and in S meter readings. You can adjust drag up and down. Your noise floor. You can adjust where the pan adapter versus the waterfall lies on the browser. You can't change colors on the web browser yet. I don't know if you'll ever be able to, but it's not too bad. It's a web browser, Bottom left-hand corner will show you your ping times, your audio delay, your cloud ping time. This was used when we did the handoff. And then your connection showing it's direct. So I'm between the radio and my browser right now. Those 2 locations. You also have your UTC time and your local time and your date down here. So let's, 40 is probably not going to be a good choice for this, but that's the only antenna I've got plugged in right now. Nope, looks like there's something up here. Let's see if we can tune up here a little bit and get us some audio. I'm not sure if that's... Yeah. Okay. Rip up all those antennas and try to set them up somewhere else. You like living there. You can use your mouse wheel, scroll up and down to fine tune. Yeah, 40's going to be a little rough this time of day. Sorry, guys, that was a bad choice. I don't want to stop this running though and go plug in another antenna here. But this is the web browser version. So makes it nice if you want to monitor while you're away. Like again, I said, you can use it on your phone, your laptop, maybe not an iPad currently, but a tablet, Windows tablet. Another desktop. Maybe you got a friend that wants to listen and you want to give them access to your radio or whatever. You could do that. So this is the web browser, receive only, quick overview of Expert Electronics remote monitoring. Okay. And I will do a video on how to use the ERS, again, the Expert Remote Systems for transmit. So yes, not only FRS, you now have a choice. You can also do it remotely with Expert. Hope everybody has a great day, and look forward to doing the other video here real soon. See ya.